Malayan Banking Berhad is a Malaysia universal bank with key operation home market of Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. According to the 2020 Brand Finance Report, Maybank is Malaysia's most valuable bank brand, the 40 top brand in ASEAN and ranked 70 in the world most valuable bank brand. Next is background. Maybank is Malaysia's largest bank by market capitalization and total asset and one of the largest banks in South Asia with total asset exceeding $203 billion and having a net profit of $1.98 billion for 2019. Maybank is also ranked 106 in the Banker 2020 Top 1000 World Bank as at July 2020, and its ranking 349 in the Forbes Global 2000 Lending Company as at May 2020. Maybank is the largest public listed company on Bursa Malaysia, the Malaysia Stock Exchange, with a market capitalization of $33.7 billion as of 31 December 2019. Maybank Islamic Banking Arm. Maybank Islamic is the largest Islamic bank in ASEAN and Malaysia in terms of asset and was named 2020 Global Islamic Bank of the Year by The Banker. Maybank network span across all 10 ASEAN nations as well as key ASEAN countries and global financial centers with a network of 2,060 retail banking branches worldwide with more than 43,000 employees.
Next is supply chain finance. Supply chain finance enable our customer to move to new term in which invoice will settle in 90 days. The supplier will able to receive a substantial proportion of the payment due, typically 95% to 98% when they require it, which could be on the original 30 days or even earlier. The customer excellent credit rating mean that the bankers could offer this financing at a fraction of the rate that the suppliers with their less impressive rating could obtain through the existing system of invoice discounting in which they borrow from a bank or finance company to be paid early. On the face of it, supply chain finance was therefore a win for everyone. The customer holds on to their account payable for longer. The customer bank gains some new low risk business, and the supplier can get paid a lot earlier at minimal cost. Obviously, the supplier would prefer to be paid earlier without such financing, but they are often at the mercy of customers, and this was the next best option. As it grew in popularity, variations were inevitably introduced. Some customers were started to further extend payment terms. In some case, up to 2/3 of a year, relying on supply chain finance to avoid real distress to their supplier. However, even the very low discount rates offered to supplier mount up to a significant reduction in the invoice settlement if payment is delayed for an extended period.
I would like to tell you about material matter and matter user. The first is expanding stakeholder group. This is apart from approaching the board of directors, senior management, employee, investor and the media. we reach out to the new stakeholder group, which include retail and corporate customer. The second is increasing the number of stakeholders with each group. We reach out to nearly 20 times more respondents and reach 3,281 respondents in 2018. The third is researching the list of potential material matter. This is look at internal input from employee engagement survey, investor questionnaire, group risk annual assessment, management review, and external framework. The last is engaging senior management in the review process. This is material issue and priorities identified through this assessment were presented to senior management for validation and for them to address issue the material for the year.
Next, recommendation for Maybank. Firstly, Maybank need to improve in their counter services to reducing customers' waiting time. Most of the working people will use their lunchtime to settle down their matters at the Maybank branch. So during peak hours, Maybank should have extra counters open in order to reduce client wait time. Maybank should also deploy additional wait-trained employees to deal with the consumer issues on the front lines. Maybank need to offer a training and development program for staff to learn skills and expertise in order to understand the customer service. This provides Maybank workers with a true understanding of the company's operation as well as the necessary abilities to engage with the customers on the front line. So, customer will feel satisfied with the efficient services provided by the Maybank company. Secondly, Maybank need to improve in their offline banking services to make it easier for the customers. Maybank need to easy people by provide the ATM machine a bit, so the customer will use and just follow the instruction to get their work done. The beginning and the end of each month are often the busiest time for ATM transaction. As a result, Maybank must ensure that all the ATM machines have adequate cash flow throughout the year, particularly during the peak sessions, to avoid withdrawal issue and as a result, reduce the time customers spend queuing at ATM machines. Maybank can install more ATM machines in places like gas stations, hospitals, universities, and retail marts. So it is more convenient for the public to withdraw their money, and customer can conduct transaction without having to visit a Maybank branch, which may assist Maybank tackle the overcrowding problem at ATM machine. Next, improve the quality of Maybank's website to the customer needs efficiently and effectively. The first thing to consider with online banking is convenience. Maybank should improve in their online system to allow us access to online banking Maybank to you at any hour of the day, because some of consumers occasionally need to transfer money for emergency, but when they try to access their online banking, they find it suspended, and that causes a lot of troubles. Maybank also need to train all the workers on the type of question about online banking, so they have a better understanding of it, because some people are still terrified of it and don't use that online banking. Maybank indeed need to improve the Maybank to You system, especially in 2021. Most of users need to use it due to COVID-19. So Maybank should compare its online banking services to those of other banks in order to provide the best possible services to its customers.
The recommendation that will help to increase efficiency of Maybank Berhad is creating value through financial service. Delivering better banking service means helping to develop a more sustainable banking industry, which is providing product and service that generate value for society and environment. As for Maybank, they need strive to offer financial services that are fit for today, taking consideration changing lifestyle, mounting environmental pressures, and the needs of those who are underserved by the current system. Next, the recommendation is they need to focus on customer. When Maybank Berhad focus on customer, it will improving customer experience. This is because Maybank operates an extensive physical and digital service network across which they strive to ensure widespread service availability and quality. The last one is training and development. Continuous learning and growth is essential to ensure their workforce remain capable and relevant in the face of change. As for Maybank Berhad, their strong learning culture is grounded in a multitude of flexible and customizable learning and development programs, which include digital skill development, industry knowledge, building and leadership progress, among others. That's all from me. Thank you.
For additional, Maybank has introduced a payment assistance package. This repayment assistance package is available to all Maybank individual and SME customers who are facing financial difficulties as a result of the pandemic, including customers who have lost their job or suffer a reduction in income. Next, Malayan Banking Berhad Maybank has kept its key performance indicators (KPIs) this year intact despite the reimposition of the Movement Control Order (MCO). Maybank's KPIs include net credit charge of 70 to 80 basis points (BPS) and return on equity (ROE) of 9%. The country's largest bank also unveiled its next 5 years strategy, codenamed M25, to accelerate growth and entrench its position among the leading financial services groups in the region.